I make the yams with and without marshmallows. The marshmallows are at the end. And this is everything. It's like 4 pounds of sweet potatoes and some brown sugar and some confectioner's sugar and a stick of butter and some maple syrup. And I have some apple butter, and then there's some vanilla, a little bit of vanilla that's going in there, and some cinnamon and heavy cream and a touch of salt and pepper. I like to peel my potatoes over a plastic bag for easy cleanup. And I prefer to use a vegetable peeler over a knife. This is the Tupperware brand vegetable peeler. It's my favorite. It lasts forever. Growing up, I was taught to use a chef's knife, so here are my little knife skills here. But my favorite to peel potatoes and carrots is this Tupperware vegetable peeler. Okay, all of my potatoes are peeled. I'm getting rid of the skins, and I'm going to give them a quick bath in cold water. Now we're ready to slice them. I like to chop off just a little bit at the bottom and give me a little balance on the potato. And now I have a steady, firm grip, and I can make my slices, trying to be as even as I can be. I use my ends. I don't know, they're a good part of the potato still, so I throw it all in there. My ginormous, super sharp knife helps me cut the potatoes with ease. Okay, I'm done with all my cutting, and I have 2 potatoes left. I'll save those for another dish. I'll just have my potatoes set to the side while I work on the goo. And I start with a stick of butter and I melt it. And to my butter, I'm adding 3 tablespoons of powdered sugar or confectioner's sugar. A cup and a half of brown sugar. If you're using marshmallows at the end, you're going to reduce that by a half a cup. And now I'm adding some salt and pepper. I'm a little liberal with the salt because it is 4 pounds of potatoes after all. The black pepper brings out the flavor in the sweet potatoes, so I add a pinch of it. Here's my cinnamon fail, but no worries. I just switch over to my big cinnamon and pour 3 tablespoons. And I add a little bit of apple butter. It goes good with the cinnamon and the sugar and the yams. 1 tablespoon. And the sweet potatoes suck up a lot of flavor, so I only put a few drops of vanilla extract in it. Just a few drops. And the last thing I add is a touch of heavy cream to make a nice smooth goo. And now I'm just going to stir everything together until it turns into goo. It's just a thick, high concentration of flavor for the potatoes. Of course, you want to adjust it adjust the measurements based on how many pounds of potatoes you have. This is like 4.5 pounds of potatoes, so I made quite a bit of goo here. The powdered sugar in the goo is excellent for absorbing the natural juices that's released in the sweet potato, so you have a nice thick sauce when they're done cooking. And I pour the goo right over all of the potatoes. You want to make sure you have some good fresh sweet potatoes. They have a lot of juice in them, and it makes the goo super thick and delicious. Now, I'm just lightly trying to coat the potatoes in the goo. It's okay. They're going to cook down and cook all together once they get in the oven. I just like to mix it around a little bit as much as I can without making a mess. And I picked my roasting pan to cook the yams in because it's a deep pan and it has a nice dome lid for a good amount of steam. The potatoes go in a preheated 375-degree oven for about 45 minutes to an hour. It depends on if you're going to add the marshmallows or not. You would want to cut down the time by about 10-15 minutes if you're going to add the marshmallows. Here we are, fresh out the oven. I'm happy with the goo. It turned into a nice thick sauce when it's mixed in with the natural juices of the sweet potato. I'm gonna try some right now before adding the marshmallows so you can see how they look in the bowl. And the potatoes are really done and flavorful right now. You don't really need to add the marshmallows. That's just a personal preference if you want to add for extra sweetness or presentation, but they're totally not necessary. And here they are, candied yams made with the goo. You can do it like this in the oven or in the slow cooker. They come out the same. The slow cooker takes about 6 hours on high. See a nice sauce. I don't see any super runny liquid running all around in there. Try to get a good shot of a bite. That's the best I got. Okay, now let's add the marshmallows. This step is totally optional, up to you, but I like the mini marshmallows best. They melt better than the bigger ones. And I'm just pouring enough to cover the top of the potatoes. And I pop them right back in the oven for about 10 minutes uncovered. Now the marshmallows have melted into brown golden deliciousness. Okay, let's see how this turned out. Yes, it looks thick and gooey. It looks delicious, yes. This is what I was looking for. Let's try some. These are really good. They hot right now, but they really good. They taste really good. It's good. These are good. Mm-hmm.